the audio to
Yeah,
the stage.
I'm sorry. My bad. It's my bad. Thank you for that,
There you
Debbie.
go.
Thank you. Yep. I just want to make sure. I mean, maybe it was all that Chiefs background that threw me off. I mean, it's like it's got to be
Isn't it? I
perfect.
mean, Dave,
That's this
I
very
did
special
that
thing
for
you did.
you.
Very special thing you did there. She did.
Mhm.
And she scared me. Initially, Paula scared me when she said she's going to start cheering for the Chiefs this weekend. I said, don't do that because every team she has cheered for in the playoffs has tanked. Don't you
No, no lie. No,
dare start
even
cheering
in the
now.
college, I did not cheer for Ohio State or
Emery got hit by a ball. Unpack that for me, Emery. What
I
kind
got
of
hit
ball?
by a ball
What
last
kind of a
Friday.
ball? It had to be a basketball, not a football, right? Nobody
Um,
playing baseball yet. Pitchers
Notre
and
Dame,
catchers.
that's who I didn't cheer for. Ohio
Oh.
State or Notre Dame. I didn't cheer for either team, so I'm not in threat of having a lawsuit by the Fighting Irish.
For cheering us to a
If
loss.
if the Chiefs lose,
Yeah,
Dave's gonna blame
it's
me.
gonna be on their own. No, and it's a very I'm just telling you, I'm a fan. And it's not a probably bigger Kansas City fan. I'm not talking just
Do you know
size.
who's in the room that we haven't seen for a while?
Who's that?
Jack Daddy's in the house.
What?
Yeah, good morning, Jack
Jack
Armstrong.
Daddy working his way through the snow. Did you guys? How much snow did you guys
My
get?
goodness.
We saw Greg in Louisiana. I hadn't heard a report from Mississippi. If you guys got much snow
Yeah.
over there, but that was quite the. I mean, our friends
Our
all the way
friend
into
Terrace
Alabama.
in Alabama showed pictures of snow. We watched videos on Pensacola Beach.
Right.
Of them getting snow.
Yeah.
Good morning, Greg.
Snow on the beach. That just should never happen.
Greg, I have to tell you, the other morning when I was here by myself flying solo, it seemed like the Greg Sullivan show. We played some good Greg Sullivan music.
Yeah.
And I don't touch.
Wait, did we play
Dave?
Did we play good music or Greg Sullivan music?
Oh, I didn't touch in. Dave does all the programming. I cannot manipulate the music one bit.
Starts off this morning throwing some serious shade.
So that was all Dave playing Greg music that day. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy, how's Mama?
I'm gonna have to block Jack.
Why? What's Jack saying?
Yeah, see what he said.
Go Bills.
See what he said. Yeah.
Are you wanting me to cheer for the Bills?
No,
so win?
yeah, boy, please cheer for the Bills. No, they are a great team. They are a scary team, actually. That's beyond just good. They're a scary team, no question about that. Let's go live here. Set it up. Little tribute quartet, and come on, let's go to that land on KWFC. Good morning, Dave and Paul with you. We are live on Friday Live, Facebook and YouTube. If you want to join us there or on the air, we'll contain as much of the interview with John DARIN ROWSEY. Going to be joining us here in a few minutes. Yep, they got a brand new song out, and we can't wait to kick up and sing on here in just a little bit.
I got to listen to a little bit of it. I'm excited.
So
I'm excited to see how I'm going to temper you while that song is playing, Dave Taylor.
So we're gonna have a little bit of fun because Pat does some fun stuff in this brand new song. You'll be one of the first in the nation to hear it here on KWFC, and then you're going to see the maker, the author, the originator of it, John DARIN ROWSEY, right here on our Friday Live, Facebook and YouTube. A little bit of fun we're having in the room right now with a lot of friends listening in or watching in are from the Southeast.
Yes,
and they got this weather condition that they don't get much.
They don't know what to do with.
Well, they don't. Do they even have a snow plow in Louisiana?
I don't think so.
Not down in Baton Rouge.
Or in Alabama or in Florida or in anywhere.
I think they have one between them, and then they got to share. And so, in any case, we've been having some fun with that, and you can join in on the fun. Friday Live, Facebook, and YouTube. Come on along. So, guys, do you? That's a good question to ask. What is the snow removal process in Baton Rouge, Greg? Or, Jack, did you ever get back? Did you guys get some snow there in Mississippi? And did I see Hey Y'all Media?
We've got Hey Y'all Media, which is Vonda Armstrong. Paula. I don't know if it's Vonda or Paula.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I see both. Well, Paula and Vonda in the house.
I see Vonda and Jack's picture.
Right. All our friends from the South are joining us on our Friday Live. So does that mean you're snowed in? You have nowhere to go? Jack, are you not working today? Because that would be shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's constantly on the road. I think he's on the road for most of the time he gets to spend with us. Yeah, Jack, that was a critical error of judgment. Should have waited till after. Yeah. I just got the announcement about your new song. I just don't know what I did with it.
I did see a post this morning where we have made it through the longest 8 weeks of the year from November 22nd to January 22nd because of the losing the daylight.
Yeah. But it's getting better.
Uh,
It's getting better now.
yeah.
That's
Now, if
all
it would
funny.
just, we've had our good snow. We've had all the things. Now, if it could just be spring.
Yeah. And there's something beautiful about a snow here in Springfield. What did we end up getting here a couple last week? Was it
Like 6 or 8 inches?
It was around
It
between
was
6
quite
and
a
8
bit.
different
It was
places.
quite a bit.
So I mean, we know that's a significant snow, and we have removal systems. I mean, we were still able to get around. I cannot imagine in the Southeast when there's just not much of it. What happened? Where'd the blessing go? The
Well,
Shekinah glory has left.
it's time to have a show. It's time to be serious. We got people. We got visitors coming in. So we got to be serious now. We got to do our job.
Yeah, we do. Looking forward here just about any time. John Darren Rousey of the Guardians should be joining in. I hope his link works. I better probably get my phone up here, make sure he's not giving troubles. Just in case. Got another issue going on here off the scene here.
What's that?
Just trying to get the afternoon figured out.
Oh, are you getting that worked out?
Just things. Cold and flu
Good morning,
season.
Karen.
Good to see everybody this morning. Yeah, I got my red on. I got, the man in the background. I hope we get to keep him up there for a couple more weeks. That'd be nice.
I've got all the Chiefs stuff
nice.
ready to go on screen.
Don't you even do it.
I'm not cheering for the Chiefs. I promise. I can promise you cannot live in my house and cheer for
No, because you live with a Chargers fan, and those two, that's like oil and water. They do not mix. Now that would be hard on a marriage if you were a Chiefs fan and Ed being the big fan that he is of.
I mean, it's hard enough being a Cowboys fan. How did it feel? Did it hurt to spend your hard-earned money on Cowboys paraphernalia?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was glad to do it for my friend. I just wish I'd have got it right. Are you going to make me tell on myself?
No. Are we going to talk during this break, or are we going to skip it?
We're going to skip this one.
Okay.
Just keep it in here with our friends and come back and do this. Hey, I'm telling you what, Greg.
That Jaden Daniels, he has got it going on.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm not going to cheer for them either.
This is his rookie year, and amazing. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but the Commanders have grit. That's what I'm going to say about them Washington Commanders. They got grit, and I told my brother last weekend. I said they could knot the Lions' head, and so yes, Jaden Daniels went into the Lions' den and took names. So they should be two really good games, and the Bills are a scary team. No question, they're a scary team. But gotta just go with my Chiefs. Gotta just go with my Chiefs. Can't not go with my Chiefs. So what's on everybody else's mind besides snow? Greg, have you been able to get out and about? And I take it, how much snow did you guys get, Jack and Vonda? And anybody else? Yantina, I know you're not this side of the pond, but I mean, are you getting snow over there too?
We don't have any snow here in Springfield.
You're the only place that
it is all gone. It is all melted. It is just bitterly cold. So cold.
How cold is it?
It's so cold. I wore a coat this morning.
Now listen, that's saying something. That is saying something, because it takes a lot for this girl to put a coat on.
I don't like to wear a coat.
And she hasn't complained yet about the heater being on in the studio.
Do you know who turned the heater on in the studio this morning?
Did you?
I did.
Oh.
Because you were getting breakfast.
Well, I noticed it was coming. I noticed it was nice and warm in here. I thought, oh, somebody left it on last night. I'm not complaining.
No, I turned it on this morning when I came in, because you pulled up and said you want me to drive through Duncan.
Yeah, you want a sandwich?
And I said yes. So Jack Armstrong didn't get much. But
interesting.
The South got
that
plenty.
The South got it. Very interesting. Good morning, Connie. But Greg is still snowed in. That blows me away. The closer you get to the coast, the more snow.
I thought. Wait.
Yeah.
I thought we were all on alert for global warming.
Well, you thought.
I mean, wasn't that what we were told?
It can manifest in different ways. I mean, it used to be global warming, it used to be global cooling, and now it's just climate control. Get your
like the cloud
language.
seeding?
Get your language right. Now, there might be something to that. I'm not sure. The jury's not out on that. Or, yeah. Jury's
Casey
still out.
still has snow.
Yeah.
Did you know your mom's in the house? Good morning, Mom.
Is Mommy in the house? I'm gonna go hang
your
out with her.
mom is in the house.
We got plans to hang out Sunday
I'm
during the
praying
game.
for you. Is Debbie going with you, or is it just
Oh,
you
yeah.
and James?
Oh, no. It's the whole family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she'll have some girl power in the room.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
She won't just be
she's the mama. She's got girl power anyway.
She just won't be with two stinky boys.
But well, she'll still have those around. No, Jackie, Kansas City got 11.5 inches or something like that. That's a lot of snow. And it's still hanging around because it really hadn't gotten warm. Greg is supposed to melt off down there sometime soon. That is, all kidding aside, when you live in a place that you went to get away from snow and snow comes visiting you, that's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad. And I, as much fun as we poke at you, I know if I moved to Florida, I did that so I wouldn't have to shovel snow, right? And then you get 4 inches of snow. That's not right.
When we were in Galveston a few months ago, the mornings it would be about 50, 60 degrees. Yeah. And all the locals are walking around in parkas.
Yeah.
What in the world are they doing with it being this cold and with this snow?
I remember
goodbye, Everett. Yeah, don't get in trouble at work, and go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Everett, have a great day. No, my heart does go out. I mean, we have a little bit of fun for snowy climates for people that don't know how to deal with snow or are not prepared. But you know what? You went there so you could get away from snow.
Exactly.
My grandpa said when he retired, he worked for the IRS, lived in Kansas City most of his life. Said when he retires, he's going to put a snow shovel on his shoulder and walk until somebody asks him, "What is that?"
I like that. We've talked a lot about what the next few years will hold for us. And Ed said,
"You aren't close to retiring."
Ed said, "If we retire and move away, we don't see either one of us being content to not work." He goes, "What would you do? Would you do radio somewhere else?" I said, "Nowhere else would hire me." I can't do radio anywhere else.
Yeah, you're not allowed to for at least 10 years.
No one else would hire me.
You got. I thought we had a 10-year contract.
Do we have a 10-year contract? Well, I'm almost halfway through it.
You didn't look. No, I mean, we renewed that when you came to the mornings.
I'm almost halfway through my 10-year contract.
We probably ought to talk. That is the Triumphant Quartet with that big old stone. Little victory song for you here on the Sound of Home. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are having a fun conversation with our friends. Many of our friends watching in on our Friday Live experience, Facebook and YouTube, live in the Southeast, and of course they got hit by snow, like they're not prepared for and not used to.
Right.
And so, while we kind of chuckle, ha, you got some stuff. No, you moved there to get away from it. I mean, I do get that part, but it is.
I would be mad. I would want a refund.
Yeah, Lord, what are you doing up there, Lord? We don't do snow down here, like you didn't know. But that is kind of interesting. What do you do when you move to Florida to get away from it, and you got it still? So anyway, so our friends that are wrestling with it, Greg said he just closed up, and we don't go outside.
Just stayed home.
Roll up a snowman or something. How often do you get to do that? Right. Do you remember Terrace and her post here day before yesterday?
Yeah, about the cryo mask.
She was deep enough she could go put her face in the snow and it was just the funniest thing.
No, I'm not putting my face in the snow.
Well, I remember when I first went to Bible college, my first year there, I lived on campus, got married at the end of my first year and lived off campus. But my first year there was the dorm life and all that. And the first snow, all these guys from Texas and Florida, they were like, "What is this? It's manna." I mean, they were out there and they couldn't get out of it. I mean, they just had to go out there and play in the snow because they just don't get to. They're pretty fun. So the things we just take for granted and it's gone. Well, there's still some stubborn piles. I wish we'd have done that. As soon as they pushed all these big old piles and become like hard rock ice mountains. That take forever to melt away.
And we keep having these 10-degree mornings that it doesn't melt
away.
That's
not helping.
Hey, we're waiting for a guest to join us on our Friday Live. Come join us on Facebook or YouTube, and we're going to talk with John Darren Rousey from the Guardians. Is it coming soon? Good morning, Dolores.
I hopes.
Hey, we got to tell you, our friends here on Facebook, make sure you're praying for Russ and Nancy. Nancy has been
Yeah.
in Virginia with her mama, health issues there. And then Russ, well, we've had a little bit of a ick running through the
Yeah.
office here,
Mm-hmm.
and it caught up with Russ.
So Russ isn't feeling goodly today.
Part of Nancy being gone means Russ had to do the remotes we had this week, and he's had to take care of the chickens, and he's had to do all the things on the farm.
Yeah.
And so pray for him as the ick just finally caught him. Bless his heart.
Yeah, that's bad. Did you see Greg?
Do I get to do their show this afternoon?
If you want to.
Is that where we're headed?
If you want to, come on. Come on, bring it. I love Greg's response here. Lisa says, you don't have to shovel sunshine. That's awesome. I love it.
Julie, she works at the University of Jamestown up there in Canada. No, North Dakota.
Yeah.
And they had a fire in their cafeteria last week, and it was
my.
completely destroyed. Community support has been so cool. They had a big fundraiser for this event, but it still shakes you a little bit. So yeah, Julie, we're praying for you guys up there in Jamestown, North Dakota. North Dakota.
You're saying that like you're in Wisconsin.
They talk like Canadians, eh?
Eh?
You should hear her say
Dakota.
backhoe. I like it when I'm with her and she says something that I find funny. I say,
I'm gonna move past this one. I gotta save it. So
save it
for our guest.
When's he coming?
Well, it should be anytime.
When is our guest coming?
Anytime.
But I like it when I'm talking to Miss Julie and she'll say something. I'll say, what? Say that again. Because some of her words are just fun. Because she's Canadian, eh?
Hey.
I love you, Julie. I met Julie 5 years ago. No.
Doing what?
No. That was wrong, Julie. I'm sorry. We met 7 years ago. 5 years ago, I was getting ready to go on a cruise.
Is that where you met her?
No, but we reconnected on the cruise. Good morning, Luann.
Let's see, make sure I've got.
I was just remembering our cruise 5 years ago, Julie. That was amazing.
Man, my wife, we got to do it again sometime really soon because we miss it. We miss it. Terrible. I'm just trying to make a connection here, see if we can get make sure everybody's.
Is he awake?
Okay. Yeah. I was making sure I don't have John's number. And I thought I did.
Did I delete?
Just making sure. Sorry, this is terrible TV when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, sorry. Well, we're
just trying to make a connection with our guest. We have the brand new song from the Guardians, "Kick Up My Heels and Sing," that we're going to debut for you here just a little bit. And I haven't forgotten. Got some other friends in this view, but we've been kind of scheduled ahead. And Greg's got a brand new project out, brand new single coming.
Stop it, Jack.
And I like hey, you know what, Bruno? We have done KWFC cruises before and loved those. There's some liability issues in the whole thing that's kind of stymied that process. But man, oh man, did we have a lot of fun doing that.
Well, and we have on our box office some cruises available through IMC. Jack, is that the one you guys are headed on? Oh, no, wait, that one's not until February 2nd. Are you leaving on a cruise Monday, Jack? Is this a working cruise? We're going to have to, I have to, excuse me for a second. I have to turn this heater off.
Oh, is it getting a little warm? Oh, now then that means, you know what? I'm not going to be able to feel my fingertips here in a few minutes. That's okay. That's all right, so long as you're comfortable.
It just gets really hot when that heater.
Phoebe, we have actually talked about that. We've been, since we gotten back into cruising here the past couple of years, it's been on the table. It's just a matter of schedules and things. But yes, KWFC cruise or Calvary joining another cruise or hosting our own. We've been approached by a couple of groups to join them on their cruises. It's just timing. And trust me, I'd be one of those guys. Well, I think I'd be one of those guys that could probably just do cruise ships for a living. I'd miss Deb a lot, but
Stop it. Have you got a hold of John Darren?
No, and I'm talking with Tiffany, our friend at Day Wind, and she's asking the same questions I'm asking. So,
is he awake?
Maybe that may be the issue. That may be the issue. She says he has my cell number, so we'll find out. I'll bet you we get a. I was going to play on his name. A rising John Darren Rising. The Singing at Sea. That's a big deal. That's like a who's who of gospel music on the Singing at Sea. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that. Tiffany's also trying to reach out to him, so we'll see. This whole thing, 7 a.m. for artists, it's a 50-50 whether they're going to be awake. Now, some of these hardworking people, like in this room, the hardworking Southern gospel artists. But when you're like with the Guardians, they're like 7, 8. Is there a 7 a.m.? I knew there was a 7 p.m. But his phone's going to be blowing up. There's probably 2 or 3 people trying to reach out to John.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay. We're still going to fulfill our promise to debut the single because we got people listening in for that. Whether John makes it into the conversation is going to be up to him if he can wake up and get with it. And who knows?
Poor
honestly,
John.
no. And who knows? He might have something going on this morning. So I don't presume it's just sleeping in.
Crisis.
It's a likelihood. It's a likelihood that somebody's overslept or something because we do.
Well, did you have anything you wanted to talk about? I was going to look here. There were some fun
thing talking about. Well, there's some Super Bowl. There's some fun Super Bowl stuff we could talk about. But there's just a few communities interested in that.
Anybody want to talk football?
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you brought it up. Now we have talked about this. That for the Chiefs, for the Chiefs to have a chance, and see now you listen. She had the Chiefs logo and stuff up in the background on this thing when I first fired up. So I mean, it's a big deal here in Missouri. Obviously,
do you know that the Super Bowl is expected to draw around 115 million viewers and close to 800 million worldwide? That's huge.
That's massive. Just think about the numbers of people we're just talking about right there.
Over 60 microphones will be used to capture the game sounds, and 30 miles of audio and video cable will be used to ensure top tier coverage. Who are the guys that have to string all that cable?
30 miles.
30 miles of cable. I think of, no.
I wonder how many miles just in that, the overhead. Oh, doggone it. I'm doing it again. John's got to get in here. I keep starting
that song.
I know I'm teasing our broadcast audience.
With that new Guardian song.
Yeah. What we might do is if I don't hear from John here soon, we'll go ahead and fire it up for everybody to hear. We've already run through our weather break and stuff, so we're kind of on the holding.
So in 1967, the first Super Bowl,
yes,
a 30-second commercial cost $85,000, which that's way out of my budget.
Back then was
crazy
money.
Now a 30-second TV commercial, $7 million. I don't think we'll be advertising during the Super Bowl.
But when you're reaching 115 million people,
right,
that cost per thousand comes down a little bit.
And how much are we going to spend on food for the big game?
Now we're talking Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
because we're doing food and stuff for the AFC Championship this Sunday.
Are you or is Mom doing food?
No. We're taking it. Actually,
I think my computer's about to die.
Is it really?
I'm so sad.
Is it still warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's kind of telling you. It's telling you.
No.
Yantina soccer.
I know, Yantina. We're weird here in the United States.
Wrong platform for that conversation.
We're so weird here. Football fans in the U.S. are going to spend more than $15 billion on game day food for the big game, not these little games this weekend. The big game.
How much again? Is it not doing its thing?
$15 billion. No, there's a rattling, and I can't decide if it's the exterior
if it's my
fan,
solution or if it's your
if
computer.
it's the solution or if it's the problem.
Tiffany's trying to call him. Jack's trying to message him. So I'm not sure.
I did send him a Facebook message.
Oh, John.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to say he has got something going on. I'm going to default that he's got something going on. Probably need to pray for John.
Well, let's call Pat Barker.
And if he's not,
let's see if Pat's awake. And if he's gonna, they may have the bus parked illegally again.
Oh, you know what? That might be. They have to move the bus from the Planet Fitness parking lot again. That was the funniest.
That was great.
Of all of our things.
Only Pat Barker could that happen to.
Of all of the things. Let me message Pat. Did you text Pat or did you Facebook message him?
I Facebook messaged John Darren. Does he go by John Darren?
John Darrin ROWSEY's all. I mean, just.
Do I
think
just say all three names? Yeah, Bruno, he's getting kicked out. Bruno, how are you and Martha doing? Are you moved? Are you settled? We've got a lot going on in our Friday Live family.
This is funny. Well, it's always, you never know. I mean, because it is out of process. It's out of habit. All the things. We all have our throws.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the danger of scheduling a live thing, because now we're kind of hanging.
Right? We didn't do a lot of show prep for this.
Well, we were anticipating having some fun with John.
Yeah.
John, if you are not into the background, I say, when I say the background, all the things that make the Southern gospel music happen, John's a major player in the songwriting and producing. He's involved. His hand is in so many things, and name is on so many projects.
I really think that singing with the Guardians must be his side gig.
Right, singing because he's writing and producing.
I did not realize all the. So, like, I know of 3 major writers in Southern gospel music. We have John Darrin ROWSEY.
Yeah.
We have Rodney Griffin.
Yeah.
And Mark Mathis.
Yeah.
And I know there's many others.
Oh, there's tons. But yeah. Well, I say tons. There's a few, but you named a few of the tops right there. Answering Jackie, what snacks and foods does everyone have for Super Bowl? Well, Jackie, here in America, it's pizza and wings is the main thing.
Well, don't you have to have like little Smokies?
Well, that's also good.
Now,
little Smokies is also good.
You have to have nachos.
Well, that's also good. Those are good things to have.
And then you've got the nachos. You have to make the loaded nachos with the sausage and the rotel.
And right.
All this stuff.
What's your recipe for the nacho or the rotel? You just straight can and cheese, or do you put something else in it?
I don't remember. I used my sister's. I don't do all that because Ed doesn't like it, and then I'm the only one that eats it. But yeah, you use the spicy sausage and the can of rotel and cheese. What's going on?
Pat is making arrangements to get John on with us. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, bless Pat Barker's heart. Greg Sullivan does prime rib. Of course, Greg Sullivan does prime rib.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah. Yeah. Greg, well, you know what? Actually, I would love to spend a Super Bowl with Greg, because whatever he's cooking up, I'm sure it's fabulous.
You need to go hang out with Greg when you guys aren't doing 100 engagements in 2 days.
When we need to do correct. If we get another Bengals Chiefs AFC matchup, we got to get together on that one, Greg. Yeah.
Debbie York is coming.
Yeah, we're all coming to Greg's. I hope you have prime rib for 500.
We're all going to be there.
Let's take it out of here. I am believing by faith that John will make it into the room here in a moment. Let's do a break and we'll come back and talk to him in the last few minutes of the.
What are we going to do? Let's do a fostering hope on
this
break.
Yeah, we got it. We have a program going on right now. By the way, you could participate. Now, it's not your community, because this is really kind of more our community for foster kids. But Fostering Hope, anybody can link in on our website. KWOC.org has links to Walmart and to Amazon, a specific shopping list for Ambassadors for Children, the local ministry that's helping these kids in foster care. Thank God for the foster parents.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into that. Why don't you take it away?
That's a Crab Family with Never Been this morning on KWFC. We're having a lot of fun on our Friday Live, waiting for a guest to come in and join us in the room. It's going to happen.
I'm believing.
We want to say a huge thank you to those of you that came out this week to our Fostering Hope stops we had at Walmart on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were in Branson. Next week we're going to be in Springfield and Ozark. Those locations are on our website, kwfc.org. We are partnering with the Ambassadors for Children to help kids entering into the foster system just to meet some of their basic needs that they have.
Bedding. Until we had the list, we got bundles. I never thought about bedding.
A pillow.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even have a pillow to put their head on.
Yeah.
You think of the littles, maybe a stuffed animal or something that they can just hold on to. Some of the situations we don't know, but they leave their home without anything. But they've got to get up the next morning and maybe go to school or just start the day the next day, and they need clothes for that. I had one mom tell me that she's had kids brought to her house that don't even have shoes. So lots of things that we just take for granted these kids need help with, and we want to help them with their dignity. Toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, all the things. It's just such a blessing to be a part of this event. We've got shopping list ideas for you on our website, kwfc.org, and a link to Amazon and Walmart and all the details for everything you would need. We didn't go silent. I'm reading Camille's. Back in the day, I worked for the Social Security Payment Center in Birmingham. One day there was a very moderate snow. I didn't think much about it, but went to work. When I arrived at the multi-levy building, the only ones there were me, my supervisor, and the head of the payment center. We went to the cafe across the street, had pie and coffee, and went home. Nope, there were no snowplows in Birmingham at that time. Yeah, Bruno, backpacks are a big thing. Ambassadors for Children is a part of I can't even think of what the organization is now. All I can think of is Jamie Tressel, Council of Churches. And they have actually a store that kids can go in and shop for clothing, and it's all new items. But they have this store for kids to come in and shop, and then they have a formal wear store.
Yeah.
For your teenagers that
I've
have the
seen
formal
that.
dances
We did that
and
tour
proms.
year before, and
Yeah.
yep, that was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So, Les.
Yeah.
Got a couple conversations important going on over here.
Dave has a lot going on today with Russ and Nancy being out of pocket, and then
so we're
the Guardian.
We're juggling a couple things here and waiting for messages to patch up here.
It'll all work out.
I wonder if do you have Pat's number? Is there any chance we can send him the link and maybe it will work on his phone?
Do I have?
He's having trouble logging in.
Pat is?
Yeah. Or John is.
I do have Pat Barker's number. I don't know if I have. Okay, let me see if I can send Pat the link. Let's see if I can find one more. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just kind of ham and egging it right now. Just kind of get this thing together. Greg, if we had a chance in an AFC matchup, what would you bring to the table? And I literally mean the table. If we get together, I'll bring the little Smokies, which is going to be an affront to your taste buds. All right.
Let's do another. What's the
This has just been a beautiful morning.
Well, it's just funny. We're trying to make connections.
Good morning, Amy. It's good to see you this morning.
Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get this set up right. Let's do this right. I was going to do this kind of anyway, but I'm believing. John's just having a hard time getting it figured out.
Oh. It's hard because you want to just click on the link.
Yeah.
And instead you have to copy it and paste it.
You know who we ought to? We ought to just get Tiffany in here. She's watching in.
Tiffany, put that link in your browser and come on in.
Yeah, if we can't get John in here, you can come brag him up.
Come on, Tiffany.
Or
she's the one that makes everything happen. We need to just have her on anyway.
Exactly.
Tiffany, come on.
I mean, worst case scenario, and I mean worst case, is Pat.
Right.
If we have no other option, we'd do Pat. Heartburn for
Cindy.
all. I love it. Isn't that the Super Bowl?
You know what?
after?
It doesn't take much to give people heartburn. Me especially.
Right. You got some things that just makes it easy. Debbie too. Some similar things right there. All right, you guys. We have all of the Southern Gospel world at work on making this connection happen. So somebody be joining the screen here soon. I've got 2 Guardian songs queued up. One will fire up, and I'm hoping, this is my prayer, that in the next
you're just hoping Pat comes along
in the next
so you can harass him. Pat has a really has a part in this song, a solo part. I can say it.
No, it's a great part. No, it's a great part.
It's a great part.
Yeah,
and Dave wants to harass Pat because of that.
So
yes, Yantino, we love technology. It's great.
When it works.
It's great.
And our throw, not to be honest, our throw is there's a link you have to join for the platform we use to pull this off, to have all the stuff you're seeing there.
So did anybody listen in this week and notice that it was just me by myself on Wednesday? And then
that's when the ratings went up.
By himself on Thursday. I want to look at the ratings and see which day did better.
I was really disappointed the ratings went up and then dipped on Thursday. Do we have a room? Oh, get him in. We're on Pat's phone. I'm at the stage.
Because Pat's the only one intelligent enough to do anything technical.
And I think we got connection.
Are you awake this morning, Mr. Rousey?
Well, I'm so tense now that I'm.
My heart goes out to you, and this is, honest. Whenever we set up one of these early morning interviews with an artist, your guys' schedule is so hectic and frenetic, and an early morning rising for one of these is just not the normal throw. So thank you for going to the trouble.
We were pretty sure that Pat had the bus illegally parked again. And you had been asked to move, and we're trying to find somewhere to park and get good reception.
Well, Pat is the only one who's smart enough to use technology on this bus. I hate to be the one to admit that, but it's the truth.
Hey, listen, I'm giving you credit where credit's due, John. If I had to sing with Pat every week, I'd want to sleep in as late as I could too.
You know what? Pat gets a bad rap. He totally gets a bad rap because everybody thinks, because of his stage persona, that he's somewhat of a different guy. But if it had not been for him, I would still be sitting here pushing buttons.
No, I know. I get it. And that StreamYard link is, you're not the first to have had issues with that. And I wish we had a simpler way, but it's just what we got. And so thanks for going to the trouble and getting up and rising. It's still dark where you're at.
No. It's daylight now, and we are just delighted to get the chance to do this. We're so excited about a new song that, it's been a little while for us, so we're ready. And
we were excited because kind of were looking forward to it at like the end of last year, and I know just there's stuff. Just got to make it right. Where are you parked, by the way?
We are in what is supposed to be sunny Florida, and it is cold. It has been cold and staying cold. We've been down here most of the month, and we haven't seen any warm, sunny Florida yet.
For real.
Yeah.
So, crazy.
Yeah. I would say you're one of the smarter groups when you book Florida in January. That's intelligence, right?
Well, no one's accused us of that before,
but. Well, I tell you what, let's listen to the last 30 seconds of Breathe In, Breathe Out, and let's come out and talk about your new song, shall we?
Breathe in and breathe out. Nothing's gonna ever change my human training's like a man cross from my crown. And the only thing I have to do to ever make it more living is breathe in and breathe out. I breathe in and breathe out. Oh, breathe in and breathe out. I breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in.
Yes, Guardians, and breathe in, breathe out on the Sound of Home KWFC, one of the voices you heard in there, and the man on the J card. If you look at those things, if you see who's writing these songs, you're going to see John DARIN ROWSEY on the credits there. John, good morning.
Good morning.
We are thankful to finally make connection with you this morning, and it's a joy to have you on with us here on KWFC. And we have sure been enjoying your music, and Breathe In, Breathe Out's one of those. It pumps me up. I love it.
Well, it's a joy to get to be here. And I wrote that with Jason Crabb. He is one of those guys that you get in a room with him and it's pure joy. So we had a good time that day.
Who are some of your favorite people to write with? Because there's a lot of collaboration going on now in Southern Gospel.
Yeah.
You just kind of see one name, maybe two. And now about every song you see, there's 2 or 3 people got a hand in it.
Well, I think people have found, in other forms of music, other genres of music, that's been a common thing for many, many, many years. And I think Southern Gospel has jumped on board and found what a pleasure it is to get into a room and find the creative parts of a lot of different people. And I have a ton of favorites. The first co-write I ever had was in 1992, and it was with Darrell Williams, and who we ended up writing Singing with the Saints with John Starnes, he and I together, and that's been a long time collaboration. But I love writing with Kenna West. I love writing with Lee Black. I love writing with I tell you what, there are so many. If I start naming names, I'm going to get in trouble.
Well, no, I get it. I get that, and just kudos to you, because God has gifted you with that ability. Where's a song born when you start writing? I mean, you're just driving. What's a typical throw for a song comes to mind?
It is everything imaginable. There's a song on the brand new project. As a matter of fact, it ended up the title of the project called "Where Healing Happens." And believe it or not, I was headed to the studio one day, and I ran through McDonald's drive-through to grab a sweet tea. And when I was sitting in the drive-thru waiting to pay, I saw a sign for the Ronald McDonald House that said "The Place Where Healing Happens." And something just went off in my head, because I thought, there's another place where healing happens. And I got with Kenna West at that point. We were going to write within a few days, and the song was born from that. So it can come from something my pastor says. It can come from something I see on a sign, just something that somebody says on television, come from the strangest places. But the Lord uses a lot of different things for that.
Well, and I see the same signs, but I don't get a song born in my heart. I'm a little jealous about all that.
Tell us about this new song, Kick Up My Heels and Sing. Where did the inspiration for it come from?
I wanted to have something fun for this record that just said, we've been through a period of time, it seems like, in this nation where there's been a lot of division, a lot of strife, a lot of you name it, that has not been positive. And I thought we need to say something that is positive, that says joy. And I got with Rodney Griffin. We were having a writing day coming up, and I sung in the chorus. I had put the chorus together, and we started writing verses, and we had them in short order, because Rodney, he's talking about a great co-write. He's definitely one of my favorite co-writers. And we just seem to think on the same wavelength when we get in a room.
Yeah.
And the song came from that. He jumped on board immediately and said, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. And it really did turn out to be something that feels like joy.
Now listen, I've got an item on my bucket list. I just want to be a fly on the wall. I literally want to be the guy with a cup of coffee in the corner, dark corner. You don't even know I'm there. I would love to watch a day in the writing room, just to watch the process. That's been something that's always been in my heart, that I'd love to just watch. I wouldn't participate at a thing, I don't think, but I would love to watch how they go.
You get bored, because there's a lot of sitting in silence, thinking about the next line. But there's also a lot of kidding around. You've got to keep the mood light, or you're not going to have a good writing day.
Yeah, you have the block.
Yeah, but there's moments where you just got to sit in silence and let the Lord speak to you, or hope He'll speak to you.
All right, so let's fire up this song and let everybody enjoy it for the first time, because this is brand new. Doesn't it just release today?
Yes. So I'm so happy about this right now.
So nobody in the Ozarks, for sure, and maybe most of the world, has yet to hear this song that we're about to fling out to everybody.
You are so right.
So let's kick up our heels and sing with the Guardians' brand new song here on KWFC, visiting with John DARIN ROWSEY, the maker of Kick Up My Heels and Sing. It is a fun song, John. You did do that.
Thank you.
Got to let it out.
I have to look over
I
and
know.
make sure you turned off the magic button.
Hold back your shout.
Paul did such a good job.
Time I realize he's never
It's
done
good.
me wrong. That's when this happy feeling burst into a song. Every day is brand new mercy. Walking on the King's Highway. There is joy on this journey. Every mile is filled with grace. Can't stop smiling when it's with me. Can't stop counting the blessings he gives me. I've got a song, I'm gonna let it ring.
Why do you like confused?
I was like, you got a bass singer on this song.
Pick up my heels and sing.
You know, he got down there in the bottom.
Yeah, Yeah, he did.
Won't even try to hold it in. I can't describe how good he's
Paul does a good job
been.
on this too.
I've got too many victories just waiting down the road. I'm dancing in advance, I've gotta let it show. Every day's brand new mercy.
I didn't know Jeff Chapman joined the group.
King's Highway.
How
There's
said
joy
that?
on this journey. Every mile is filled with grace. Can't stop smiling when it's with me. Can't
Isn't that
stop
man?
counting the blessings it gives me. I've got a song, I'm gonna let it ring. Lift up my voice, kick up my heels and sing. Every day is brand new mercy. Walking on the King's Highway. There is joy on this journey. Every mile is filled with grace. Can't stop smiling knowing it's with me. Can't stop counting the blessings it gives me. I've got a song, I'm gonna let it ring. I'm gonna lift up my voice, kick up my heels and sing. Lift up my voice, kick up my heels and sing. I'm gonna sing.
We're running to the news here live. Brand new song from the Guardians, Kick Up My Heels and Sing. John, great job on that. We love the new music that you guys put out. And this one just it just keeps on par with the great stuff that you put out to us. Thank you.
Well, we're thanking you for playing it this morning. I'm very excited about this being a debut.
We got a few more minutes with John. If you want to join us on our Friday Live Experience Facebook and YouTube, we're going to get into our news now on KWFC.
In the news.
So we're going to take all that out of the ears
Just
here.
fun.
Yep, great song.
Fun with a solid message, and I love it.
And that's a JDR trademark. It just you always have that fun beat. You have that fun rhythm. It's up and uplifting, and just love it. And when I fired it up, I said, "That's a John Darren Rousey." I see it. See the finger.
Well, one of the Guardians' big things is when we're looking for music, we want a big variety. We want fast stuff. We want up stuff. We want fun stuff. But it has to say something. If it doesn't, then we're just not interested. So
that's good,
Amen.
John. That's good, buddy. That's good. But you do pair it up. You do pair up a good rhythm with the message, and that's what makes, I think, your songs unique. I love that. As I'm listening to that song, I'm thinking, man, if you only had Wyatt Austin singing.
I told him not to say that. I told him not to say it. I see another great opportunity for a tambourine award here.
I tell you this, but Pat Barker can hear all of it.
I know. I'm counting on that. I'm counting on you hearing all of that.
I want Pat to know that I defend him. I was
hoping Pat would be in the screen.
Appreciate that. So let me just say on Pat's behalf, thank you for defending him, because somebody needs to. There's too many people who will not.
Oh, he is the funnest guy to pick on, because he's got such a good nature about it, and he gives it to a little bit. He's
a little bit.
Yeah,
you obviously have on this bus.
he pokes back. He plays back and forth with it pretty good. You guys have got a great thing going, super roll with the Guardians, and we cheer you on. Thank you for letting us be a part of the debut of this new fresh song. I mean, we had nobody at KWFC had heard it until just now, and we love being a part of things like this.
Well, we can't thank you enough, and I feel like this is a time in the nation where we need to experience some joy, and I hope this song's a little part of that.
You're doing it. You're doing what God put on your heart, and I believe it's going to work, John. It's a good plan. All right, we're gonna let you get back, get your beauty rest. I know Pat wears you out, so you go get rested up, and God bless you guys. I wish you safety on the road, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
That sounds good to us.
All righty, bye, John. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate you helping get it together. That's fun. That's fun. I can help you out, John, or if you got there, go. There we go.
There we go.
Now get that fixed. Get that screen fixed. That is so much fun.
Get the screen fixed. Look how he does that. Fix that screen,
Fix
Paula.
that screen over
Fix
there.
it.
Well, we don't have a producer, so you're it.
Oh, here, wait. Oh no, I thought it was the top of Pat's head, John Darren. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
I thought it was the top of Pat's head.
Or do we need to kick John out of the room?
Oh, there's Pat Barker.
Is he in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, get me out of here.
I gotta go
eat.
Hey, thank you, Pat, for helping get that together, buddy. I don't know if he can still hear us, but I appreciate him being diligent, and he's gone. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I love it. I love that it's just fun and upbeat and has a message, and his mercies are new every day.
Well,
and
I like how John came back, because it's not just about having a fun rhythm and a fun tune.
It's
got to have
a
the message, and I appreciate his heart.
We talk about that often, because we'll get songs that are fun. Yeah. But do they have a purpose?
Right. And how do I want to say this without offending anybody? We don't need to club everybody over the head.
No. And it is okay to have just fun without purpose.
There are songs. A good case in point. I'll just pull a Mark Mathis song that the Hoppers took and was a candidate for Song of the Year a few years back. Is Life is Good, because God is. Well, and then the lyrics of the song, it's just the fun things God created. We're not necessarily hitting you over the head with a sermon. It's just enjoying the life that God has created, and the things that flavor and bring joy to life. So to your point, we can have fun, but it is something special. I appreciate John's heart on that, to make sure we're saying something to
right.
And
we love the Guardians, and just after having him here last year, it's a whole new.
Well, we've been a part of the making of the songs too. The studios.
Right? Did they do that one here?
2 times. They did some of the Christmas and then that the prior project.
Did you look at the clock?
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe.
I know. Well, we were killing a lot of time.
Right. Sorry you had to endure Dave and I for the first 40 minutes.
Tiffany, if you're still watching in, thank you for doing what you could do. Pat Barker jumping in. I mean, the guy, he probably deserves a cape for this.
We need to be nicer to Pat. Maybe we should send him something.
I'll tell you what. I'll play a Pat Barker song again later.
Hey,
or I might just play that
song.
Do you hear him getting down there? He was growling on that. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Man, oh man, it is time to pray and go, because people got lives. You got lives. You got livelihood to go do here. I'm just going to stay here and do radio. That's what
I'm going to go do hair.
Yeah, I've got another issue I got to go deal with here shortly. So
I may be doing an afternoon. We can do the afternoon show, Dave.
Do you really want to? People are already tired. They're like, you guys between 6 and 10 of a morning is plenty.
We're done. We're done with y'all.
We love all of you, and thank you for joining us and having a little bit of fun. Most people could care less about the football, and you were patient for that. A lot of people are concerned about the snow. That was an interesting topic for all of you in the Southeast. Hopefully that melts off soon. You get back to your normal processes. We know how important that is. And Amy was in there earlier talking about how their group is going to be doing a John Darren and who was the other songwriters? Daryl Williams. Their collab. So this guy, we just saw one of the great names in gospel music right here on this Friday Live. Hope that didn't get lost on anybody. He's really pretty special character that we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's your turn to pray.
All right, let's do this. Dear God, we just thank you for the fun that we can have. We thank you for the message that we get to share. May we never take it for granted. Lord, I love what we get to do and the people that we get to minister to and minister with. God, you're so, so good and gracious. We pray for our friends that are hurting. There's so many needs out there. We pray for safety in the snow, and we joke and we have fun, but we just pray for some heat down there, because a lot of them don't even have heaters in their home. We pray for safety in your hand on all those in the South today. We love you, Jesus, and we're so thankful for you. It's in your name that we
Amen.
pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I hope you have not jinxed my Chiefs with this.
It's not me cheering for the Chiefs. It's Dave. I'm not. Let's make it very clear. I am not cheering for the Chiefs.
Well, I'm thankful
Go
for
Chiefs.
that. I'm thankful for that. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.